Mr. B here. Welcome to the Shades of Clarity channel. I got a question for you. You ever had an alcoholic blackout? Your answer is probably, I don't remember. That's the old joke. Yeah. What is alcoholic? What is an alcoholic blackout? Well, it's a form of amnesia that affects your short-term memory, and it's usually brought on not so much by the amount of alcohol, as it's more coincides with the rapidity, the speed at which you tend to drink the alcohol. That's why there's a lot of blackouts occur in college-age students. A woman or a man may wake up in a strange bed in a strange house with somebody they don't know. They may not know what had happened like the night before. That's what's so scary about blackouts, is you get to wake up in jail, wake up with your teeth busted out, you know, your knuckles all smashed up, because you don't remember. Now, alcoholic blackouts aren't necessarily indicative of an alcohol use disorder, but there's plenty of alcoholics. 75% of people that do have alcoholic blackouts have usually had a previous blackout. You know, and you'll hear in the rooms of AA, and you'll hear just people talking, you know, in general about how they got themselves in situations they don't remember what the hell happened. They're like, I blacked out, you know, almost like it's an excuse. It gives them a pass, a reason to continue such behavior. But it's not good. There are two types of alcoholic blackouts. There's called fragmentary blackouts, where you have some sort of hazy recollection, maybe of what had happened, and let's say you did something really stupid and somebody had a cell phone and said, hey Mr. B, look what you did, and you may go, well, I kind of remember what was going on with that, but I just can't, I can't really make it out. Now, if you have what's called an en blanc, E-N-E-L-O-C, en blanc blackout, you can't even remember anything for the most part. You know, if somebody even showed you the video of, you know, you urinating in public or on a car or something, you wouldn't be able to tell them anything. You're like, I have no idea. I don't remember doing any of that. So that's the en blanc blackouts are probably the worst. And they tend to be harder on the causing your central nervous system and neurological changes to occur within the brain. I know that I had my experiences with blackouts the last time I went to detox. They gave me, on the day of my discharge, they gave me back my property, you know, my wallet, my cell phone. And on the packet, it was basically my discharge summary, and somebody had taped something on the top of it that said unable to sign. I guess there was part of the form, my intake form, that I was just so out of it. I mean, I think I blew a .333, something like that. It was pretty damn high. The things we do when this terrible disease happens. Oh, it's just bad. You know, blackouts can lead to poor decision making. Again, like what I touched on, it can cause sexual aggressiveness, impaired thinking, unsafe sex, you know, you don't really remember who you went to bed with, or, you know, it's just waking up in crazy places. I mean, that's the hallmark of a blackout, is just waking up and having no recollection of what happened. No, the mid 60s to the early 70s, they did a study on people where I'm sure it was like ethically they were able to do it, because the literature, I read a report on it, where they took these people and they gave them a lot of alcohol, to the point, I think they may have given the alcohol to people that had previous blackouts, and they showed one group like an erotic movie, and the other group, they handed them a pan that was full of dead mice that was covered up. And then later, when they sobered up, I think within the people that were asked about the movie or the mice were able to tell them in 2 minutes what they saw. After a half hour, they could barely recall what was going on or what they had seen, and then within like an hour they couldn't remember anything. You had to ask them about the pan or the movie, they couldn't have told you. So there's some sort of disconnect that goes on. I think these people were, some were suffering from fragmentary blackouts, and the others were suffering from en blanc blackouts. But I mean, blackouts are scary, man. Another time I had a blackout, I ended up walking around, and I had parked in an unfamiliar area downtown, and we walked around or whatever, and I guess I got drunk, and we went, and this is the first time I ever had a blackout. I walked around and I'm like, where in the world's my car? And I think I went down like with one person that he couldn't remember where I parked, because it wasn't in my normal spot. So I ended up calling the police, and I said, I think someone stole my truck. And they're like, man, you're probably just drunk, just go home and sleep it off. I'm like, no man, I'm serious. I mean, the car is not where I remember parking it. So I don't know, he's just like, why don't you just go home, sleep, maybe, you'll just call us back if you can't find the car or the truck. So I went down there. Sure enough, the next morning, I think me and this guy took the bus down there, because he stayed over at my place, and we're walking around, and I'm like, you know what, I think I remember where the truck was parked. Went there, sure enough, it hadn't been towed, it was parked. I had the keys in my pocket. I mean, it's just, blackouts are scary. Man, it's just not something you want to have happen. You got to be safe out there. I mean, people can take advantage of you. Women can be taken advantage of if they drink too much, especially with benzodiazepines. Never mix the two. I'm not a medical practitioner. Let me reemphasize that. It shouldn't be taken as medical advice. If you're having any problem, if you suspect that you have a problem, please see your primary care provider, nurse practitioner, doctor, or PA. Or if you're in crisis, go to the emergency room. But blackouts are nothing to play around with. I've met plenty of people that have killed other people in blackouts and not woken up, or had crashed cars, not remember even hitting the other car, and usually the person that hits and kills somebody survives, because they're there to say, well, I don't remember it at all. I'm sorry, but I don't remember. So just be safe. Just be safe out there, and if you feel like you have a problem, meetings are good. I never get on here and stump, AA, but it does work, and I just want you guys to be safe. Don't end up drinking to where you can't remember anything, because in the morning you'll wish you had. Trust me. As always, stay tuned. I'll see you later.